Okay, I wasn't going to record another one tonight, but now I am because I have finally found my notebook, my journal from summer of 2019, and I have been looking for this poem. This is the only place I've written it down. I've been looking for it for months, and it's my favourite poem I think I've probably ever written, and I'm really, really glad I finally found it. So this one's called TikTok, like Kesha. That's not part of the title. It's just TikTok. But that's a banging song. Anyway, we were not a clock. Ticking smooth, well-oiled hands, few shocks, quiet whirring day and night along the minutes and hours, time unfurling just right, doing all in our power to keep the brightness we first found in each other. We worked hard, but not well, to be ideal lovers. Because we were not well-oiled, and our gears didn't fit. We catch on each other, foiled movements, we stick, unstick, we ground parts of each other smooth and got clogged with debris. We rewound and started anew so much we wore away our teeth. Because we are sharp edges, love, and broken springs, pinning each other till the bell rings. When dawn breaks, light spills, and we lay among the wreckage. Two aching, mismatched parts unable to turn off the reckless. We were not a clock. You grind my gears. You always have, and always will. You ignited all the fears I've ever had, but still, we raged against the dying of our light. Even after blighted, frightened nights of fights, we ticked in circles, going faster, too fast, to see that the sparks our catching cogs through were illuminating dark parts. Storm through a fog of creating art until our gears ground again, cog teeth grating. So you stride off again, impatient, no waiting, for my tired hands to catch up. We're clockwork moving out of sync when you get in my face so that I can't think, screaming and raging, arms waving, guns blazing. I feel afraid and caged, trapped by your gaze, phased by the haze of your rage. Have you forgotten your age? You're not a child. When you shout, get wild, it's too big, too loud, too much, too crowded. In this tiny little clockwork world. You leave me shell-shocked, hands curled into fists I will never throw. I only noticed I was always clocking out when you were clocking in, when I met someone whose teeth fit interlocking with mine, whose ticking matched my tocking in time, and the smooth running of our gears felt shocking to my mind. When kindness fit like a foot in a stocking, like a hand in a glove, and I remembered that love doesn't have to be hard. Sometimes, when the ticking ticks out of time, it's fine. When we mostly beat the same line, a single different rhythm is sometimes what we love most in the other's personality, just a side of us that is proof of our individuality, a facet that fascinates each other because we do not fall in love with ourselves but another. But when the ticking and tocking out of sync forms cascades of sound, no amount of licking wounds and locking arms will stop us being afraid to drown in it. We can't hold back the tide of musical syncopation. We've got to turn and face it. We tried, ran out of patience. Our ticking kept sticking, and we became the spindles for pricking each other's fingers on. 100 years of sleep with you would be beautiful and bright. It's the being awake that keeps us up at night. The out-of-time ticking in our clockwork case, vastly different needs for love and space. We can chat in 2 languages, but I cannot speak in yours. And you cannot translate my words anymore. Now I want a peace metronome that beats in time with mine. Someone who sees how to get me home when I'm wound up too tight. I want to be gentled and held close at night. Without volcanic fear of eruptions, screaming fights, we were never a clock. Our syncopation was groovy and the music doesn't have to stop. But when you're listening to a different beat, it's hard to hold your own line. You must have your gears, and I must have mine. Thank you for listening to that. Yet another angsty relationship poem from Suki Baker. How many of those am I going to churn out over the course of my life? Probably a lot, because actually they're just kind of fun to write. Whether I'm in that space or not, it's fun writing angsty stuff, and it's fun writing romance, and it's fun writing angry political stuff. God, I wish I didn't have to write angry political stuff, though. Get political, and then maybe none of us will have to. Right, lots of love, guys. Have a good night.